We are all responsible for keeping our students, our colleagues, and ourselves safe. This video is to help train you to know what to do if you are the one to spot the threat.
If you see a threat, the first step is to direct your students to a safe location in the classroom. Stay calm and use firm directions.
Crepuscular, which means relating to twilight.
What does that mean?
So it's twilight not like the vampires, but more like whether it's light out or dark. Okay guys, we're gonna go into lockdown now. I need you all to get down and go into that corner, please.
The next step is to warn your colleagues in the hallway by yelling "lockdown" loudly. Tell them where the threat is, either exterior or interior. And if it's a drill, make sure that they know that this is a drill. For example, lockdown, exterior threat, this is a drill. Then sweep any students near your door into your classroom.
Lockdown, exterior threat. This is a drill. Lockdown, exterior threat. This is a drill. Guys, in.
Once back inside, secure your door. If you keep the door locked at all times, slide the magnet out of the way or lock with your lockdown key. Cover your window.
Guys, come on, in.
You've secured your classroom, you've let your hallway know, you've locked your door. Now it's time to let the whole school know. Use the PA system. Dial #0. Announce it's a lockdown, where the threat is, if you know it, and if it's a drill, let them know it's a drill. For example, lockdown, exterior threat, this is a drill. Remember, it's #0.
Lockdown, exterior threat. This is a drill. Lockdown, exterior threat. This is a drill.
One of the last important steps is to let the authorities know. Like the sign in your classroom says, you first have to dial 98, then pause, wait for a dial tone, and then dial 911. Make sure to give the dispatcher your name, your location, your building and room number, and tell them what's happening. If it's a drill, make sure you say it's a drill.
Dial tone.
Hello, this is Catherine Shibo. I'm calling from Fairfield Ludlow High School. We are in lockdown. It is an exterior threat. I'm in room 358.
Make sure to stay on the line. The dispatcher may have questions for you, such as a description of the person, or maybe more specifics about the location of the person.
Is it safe for you to stay on the line?
I think it's safe for me to stay on the line.
Can you describe the suspect for us?
It was a over 6 foot man. He had a striped shirt and blue slacks with a blue tie and glasses on. And he looked threatening. He was carrying a weapon.
Okay, how many suspects?
There was only one.
And what direction of travel were they going?
He was going from west to east and behind the building.
Okay, and what's behind the building?
It's the football field and then the parking lot for the kids.
Okay, officers are on the way.
Thank you.
Even though they're helpful, you don't necessarily have to provide directions like east or west, just major landmarks. That will be helpful enough for the police. In this scenario, we were pretending this was a ground level floor, so when the teacher realized it was an exterior threat, she directed the students under the exterior windows to be out of the line of fire. In an emergency situation, you may observe or hear on the PA new information that will cause a new set of actions.
The threat is now interior. The threat is now interior.
with the new information that the threat is now inside, the teachers and the students know that because they're in a ground level room, they need to move to an interior wall, away from the windows. One of the most important things to remember is that during any emergency situation, you will either personally observe or be told new information. It'll be your job to process that information, make your own decision, and use your judgment about the best course of action. An example of this from the earlier scenario is that you'll notice that the teacher did not choose to put down the shades. She did not think it would be safe considering she saw the threat outside. If you think you're in a safe situation, it is a good idea to put down the shades to block the line of sight whenever possible. Now, what happens if you're in another room when you hear a colleague call down the hallway? Now, once this teacher hears his colleague call out a lockdown, he immediately sets his student is in the corner of the room. Know it's an exterior threat, he's able to peek and sweep. He finds another student, he has secured his door, and now he'll cover the window. Now, if he hasn't heard an announcement, he may decide to dial #0 and make a lockdown announcement. But if he has heard an announcement, he may also call 911, remembering to pause between the 98 and the 911. Now, in this scenario, we'll notice that the teacher put the students in the back corner of the room on the interior wall, just to emphasize the point that upper level floors can put the students in these locations no matter if it's an exterior or an interior threat. Now, just a quick review if you are to be the one to see the threat to the school.
First, start by focusing on your classroom. Start to direct your students to safety. Next, secure the hallway. Make sure your colleagues know what's going on. Then, secure the school. Use #0 to make an all-call lockdown announcement. And finally, secure the community. Call 98, pause for dial tone, 911 to make sure the police know what's going on as well. Another way to look at this is a series of concentric circles. Start with the thing closest to you. Direct the students in your classroom to safety. The next closest thing to you is the hallway. Let your colleagues know what's going on. After that, use #0 to secure the school and let everyone know that they need to be safe. And finally, secure the community by calling 98, pause, 911. Now, just a few more important notes. First of all, it's okay if the police receive more than one call to 911. If you see something, you should definitely say something. You may be able to provide some more information about the description of the person. If you hear a lockdown called in the hallway, but you don't hear it on the PA system, you can be the one to dial #0 and make the lockdown announcement. But if you do hear it, there's no need to repeat it. At the end of the drill, you may receive an IC message preparing you for next steps, so make sure to keep your cell phone handy. And finally, don't hesitate to have any of your questions answered. You can certainly talk to me, one of our police officers, or an administrator to help. Thank you for making Ludlow a safe place to work and learn.